In today's fast-paced world, finding moments of relaxation and peace is essential to our overall well-being. Too many times we take a yoga class or we go to a stretching class looking to feel relief, and we only find ourselves leaving more tense than when we got in there. The tough part about it is that we haven't really focused on the power of the mind. In my stretch and release technique, which I'll be talking about today, it actually is a gentle, easy way of stretching that enhances that moment of peace and relaxation. In other words, we're going to change and redefine your stretching approach. So the question is, what is the stretch and release technique? Well, the stretch and release technique is a combination of a mixture of learning how to release and relax the mind so that you can release and relax the body. Now, for what we'll do is we'll start out with what it's not. It's not about holding stretches for long periods of time or pulling as hard as you can. And for most of you who are maybe new to this channel, that's what you're used to doing. And believe me when I tell you, that's really strength training disguised as stretching, known as resistance training, because you're using one body part to resist. And as that body part resists, then that causes you to build more muscle, which is actually strength training. For those of you who've been here before, now what happens is that you may be letting some of those old habits creep back in, and you are overthinking or overworking as you're trying to stretch. We're not going to force the muscle. You're not going to do something that's going to make your muscles elongate. What we're doing is we're releasing tension with that. Part of that tension in your muscles comes from everything you think and feel, as well as everything you do. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, what you're doing is that through your emotional states, you're actually causing the body to contract and become tight. So let me break up something here, because sometimes you'll hear me talk about the brain and sometimes you'll hear me talk about the mind. The brain is the actual organ in your head that controls every system in your body, whether it's autonomic, meaning it's unconscious, like breathing, heart rate, and so forth, or conscious movement, which is like getting up and walking across the floor, going for a run. The mind, on the other side, is more of your emotions. It's your consciousness. It's the things that you're afraid of, the things that you love, the things that make you feel just like you're empowered. That's your mind. And so the mind plays a role with the stretching just like the brain does. So to give you an example, when you're pulling really, really hard or you're holding for long periods of time, the mind has the fear of you hurting yourself. Maybe you overdo it. You don't want to strain anything. That's going to cause the body then to react because the mind has some fear about what you're doing. The brain, on the other hand, sees it as someone attacking you. The muscles have been held for a long period of time. They're under extreme pressure. The brain perceives that as someone attacking you. And when that happens, then the brain contracts the opposing muscle to get you out of there, like in the fight or flight process. So what we need when we're stretching is to make sure that the mind is calm and that we don't alert the brain to anything that could be dangerous, because that will change the whole scope of what you're trying to do. So in the stretch and release technique, what we're doing is we're using our breath to relax the body, to relax the mind. We're allowing the body to stay relaxed. We're using like a yoga strap, like an 8-foot yoga strap, and a tennis ball for massaging the backside of our body, plus our hands for massaging the front side of our body. And we're allowing the body in a relaxed state, the mind in a relaxed state, to let go of the tension in your body, and your muscles more specifically. When you can do that, the muscles then become soft, the pressure comes off the joints, the nerves, the blood vessels, and now your body can be in a more healthy state. And remember, the muscles are the only thing in your body that can apply pressure. Think of a quadriplegic, for instance. They're alive, they're able to do some things, but they cannot get up and sit in a chair. They can't get up off the bed because they have no muscle control to contract and put pressure on the bones to lift them up. So this is what I'm saying when I talk about the muscles are the only thing in your body that can apply pressure. And so most joint replacements, back surgeries, all started out at some point as a muscle-related issue that was sort of overlooked until it became something really bad, so they can fix it in a surgery or what have you. So that's really the essence of the stretch and release technique. So let's get into what does that look like when you're actually doing it? Because I know a lot of times people are asking these questions a lot. How does it differ from what we do at the gym? So let me give you an idea. When I'm doing the stretch and release technique, I always give my clients an 8-foot yoga strap, but you could use an 8-foot rope, you could use a belt that's really long. Just don't use an elastic band. An elastic band is designed for strength training. So for instance, if I tie the elastic band around the door handle and I pull on it, the door handle is not going to get any longer, the strap will. But it's resistance to my biceps, which will actually cause me to be doing a bicep curl like you would do on a machine in the gym. So take this strap, I usually put it in half. I put my leg up here in front of me. Now you can do this on the floor, you can do this in a hardback chair with an ottoman. Do not do this in a recliner. I've had several clients who've tried to do this. I want my leg to be totally relaxed, and I'll take the strap here with my hand and I'll gently pull my toes back towards me. And I want to feel the stretch release up here on the back side of my leg. I'm going to breathe out. Sit with it for about 5 seconds, and then let my brain see and my mind see that that was safe. And then I'll repeat it 10 times. And the reason for repeating it 10 times is just to allow my mind to see that that movement is safe. Even if I do something with my arm where I'm stretching across here, it's about just letting my mind see that this is safe. I'm not going to hurt myself. Now, when it comes to massage, it's the same thing. A lot of times we go to a massage therapist. I've heard people say that love getting deep tissue massage because it hurts so good, as they would say. The thing is that as you're laying there not understanding what's happening with your body, if they push too hard, your mind and your brain will contract the muscles out of fear and out of pain, and then that works against them. Most of those therapists, their careers are cut short because their thumbs are blown out. They're pushing against a contracted muscle, which is like concrete. What you want is to work as a team with them so that as they start to press in, not with the idea they're going to push that tightness out, but the idea they're going to alert your brain to let it go. When you do that, now all of a sudden the muscle softens up because you're part of the team. You're the only person on the planet that can make your muscles go soft, okay? The thing is when you're working on your arm, gently press in here and just breathe out and let those muscles release. You can do the same thing with your legs, the same thing with your feet. Anytime that you're sitting around, you can sit at a stoplight and take your arm and do this while you're waiting on the light to turn green instead of complaining about the guy who's behind you too close. So my point is you can do this anytime you want and start to relax when you do that. So the idea is that I want to invite you to take a few moments each and every day to learn how to do this type of stretching, because it's going to create clarity of the mind, release and less tension in the body. You're going to find yourself calmer, more productive. You're going to have more energy because muscles that are not stiff are easy to move. And you're going to find yourself probably in better relationships because of that calmness that you have. So for now, see ya. Hey, if you enjoyed that video, please check out the next video to it. It's a great addition to what you just learned. And don't forget to subscribe. See ya.